Alright, hey guys. I was asked to make a quick GitHub tutorial. Just me using GitHub desktop, Git in general. Be like cloning, committing, pushing, pulling, adding team members, deleting GitHub repositories on github.com. It'd be fairly quick. So if you have any questions, just feel free to send me an email. First thing you need is your project in Unity. I'm just gonna right click on some file or some folder in my project. I'm going to click open in Explorer. The purpose of this is just to get to this folder. So I came to here, I went back a page until I'm in this root directory for our project. This is the Unity project. We need this, right? The next thing we need to do is, so we've got the project files. Great, put that aside for now. Now I'm going to make the actual, and I'm going to close my project. This one should be closed. We're going to have to cut and paste this in later. It's set aside for now. Open up GitHub desktop. It should look something like this. Might be different. But essentially what we want to do is create a new repository. I'm going to call it git to, yeah, it's good enough. Remember the path that I'm going to copy and paste this path for now. Or just copy it, I should say. And you got to make sure you add a git ignore. It'd be a pain if you have to do this later. Because what happens with git ignore is if you don't do this at the start, it'll upload all your files, and the git ignore won't work for those already uploaded files, only for new files. So that means you have to go in and remove all the files that it's supposed to ignore but didn't. So it's a pain. So you might as well just do it now. Do it first. It'll be a lot easier. So I'm going to create the repository. Of course, you should be already logged in at this point. I'm assuming everyone's logged in to GitHub desktop. The next step would be to, if you don't know how to log into GitHub desktop, you don't have to download GitHub desktop, then send me an email and I'll help you with that. But once you've logged in and you're at this point, if we've created the repository, we can click publish repository. And it'll create, because right now it's only local to our system, but if you click publish, it'll actually make it online. Maybe we should make it public if your team member has more than 3 members, because we'll have problems with that, because when we add new members in, the GitHub basic account doesn't allow for more than 3 members. But if it's public, then it can be more than 3 members. So we'll make that public for now. Click publish. If everything is going alright, it should create an account. You should create your repository or your Git on github.com. So this is called your repository. It's where all your files should be saved. If you click view on github.com, this window should pop up. There's currently nothing in it. Right, so this is on the website. What I'm going to do now is going to show an Explorer. I'm going to close this window here, show an Explorer. This is our Git setup. So the same files as you can see. This is the root directory, git ignore. You want to have these asset files, library files, logs files, patchy, all these files. They've got to be in the same folder as your git ignore. So I'm going to drag that in, move it. I've now moved from the previous folder that was in by default. I'm going to close that. I'll leave that window open, but it's there. It's gone now, it's empty. I've moved all the files into our Git folder, a Git repository folder that GitHub desktop, this one made for us. And as you can see, as I went over to the GitHub desktop app, the application, we have 22 changes. If you have like 1,000 changes, that means your git ignore is not working. Try to go back and follow the steps. You gotta make sure this is in the same directory and that you have a git ignore. You should see that we have 22 files, or 20 something, maybe 30 files, but not thousands. That's basically what we want. Write something like first commit. You can write anything you want. Click commit to master. Right? So only one person needs to do this, whoever's setting up the repository for your team, whoever's actually uploading their project onto GitHub desktop, only they should be doing this section of it. And click push to origin. pushing to origin. It's pushing. It'll start fetching soon. Fetching and refreshing. Okay, so what's the difference between pushing, fetching, and pulling? Fetching is refreshing. We're getting an update to see if there's any changes on github.com, the actual website. Pushing means you're getting your changes that you've committed here. We commit it using this section. We're uploading the changes, we're pushing the changes on github.com, and pulling means we're getting the changes from github.com and putting it into our local system. All right, so we've now, if I refresh this, we'll see that our files are here. Sweet, they are. If you want to add people to your project, go across to here, settings, go down to manage access, so put one password in, if I remember it. There we go, got it first try. Go down, so we're at manage access, invite a collaborator. You gotta put the name in. Whatever the name of the person is, you want to invite, and click invite. They have to access, the invite will be in their emails, not on the website. They have to, whoever you're inviting has to go to the emails, accept, and then they'll be able to see, if you go to the home page of GitHub, they should be able to see on the left side, they should be able to see your repository, your project should be here. All right. What happens if you are not the person creating the project, but you want to download the project on your own system, right? The way we'll do that, let's pretend I want to download this other person's, one of my friends' game. I will download that to my computer. File in GitHub Desktop, clone. Clone means we're getting a copy of it. Clone, and I find his game. It's down here. I'm gonna make sure it's an empty folder. I put it to at the end to make sure it's an empty folder because I already have this, but yeah, for you it should, whatever the default is should be good enough. Clone. I'm now downloading that game. It's downloading all the project files, everything. And then once you've done that, you pretty much can both upload and download and push and pull and whatever, fetch from the same repository, which means you're working on the same project. So every time one member makes a change, if they push onto github.com, the other members should be able to receive those changes and download them, and then it'd be instant pretty much. And then once one member downloads the changes, they can make their changes and people can make changes at the same time. The caveat that I said to you guys is that don't work on the same scene, because that will definitely break Git. You have like what we call conflicts. There'll be a lot of conflicts, and those are really painful to get rid of. Working on the same script files, like C# files, coding files, is a little bit easier. You can deal with conflicts a little bit easier, but you might as well not. Just like try not to if you can help it. Dealing with conflicts in that situation is not too bad though, but you still have to deal with it. And artists can also upload their art onto, if they put it in the same folder as the Unity project, they can also upload their updates and their files as well. But you have a communication of who's working on what, so you don't have conflicts. All right. So I have here, I've downloaded the repair map repository. If I've shown Explorer, I'm going to see, this is the project that I've downloaded. I'm going to assets. I'm going to go and add in a text file. Pretend that I make changes. We may change this text file. I'm going to close it. The change should come up here. It has. Created new text file. And I click commit. It's committing to my local computer. And when I press push up here, top right, it's going to upload those changes. Every time there's changes to be downloaded, it'll say fetch here. You click fetch, you'll get those changes. it will get the updates, and then you have to press pull to actually download the changes. So you go to commit your files, then click push to upload the changes, and then every time there's changes on that someone else made, you can fetch the changes, see if there's any updates, and then you can pull the changes to actually download the updates. What you want to do if you want to delete a project, so I want to delete this one, you can just right click on it, remove. You can also delete it from, move the whole everything to the recycle bin if you want to. How that's how you do it. Mine's a little bit frozen, doesn't matter, it'll work eventually. What else? If you want to delete something from here, you go into the project that you want to on github.com, go to the project that you want to delete, right? Go to settings, go to options, scroll down, all the way down. Make public. If you want to change something from private to public, you can do it here. You can give it to someone else. You can archive, you can delete. This is what you want, delete. If you want to delete something from, you know, copy and paste, I mean, you got to write out this. And then once you click this, it will delete the repository from your github.com account. It'll be gone from the internet. So don't do that unless you have a backup of it or you want to delete it for some reason. I think we've covered push, pulling, fetching, adding team members, committing, cloning. So you commit, push here, that's for uploading changes. We've cloned, we've done clone repository. We actually, if you want to get another repository that someone else made that's attached to your account, if they've attached you to the account, you can clone it. And we've deleted. So we've done everything that we set out to do. I went over pretty fast, so if you guys have any questions, just let me know. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks.